Chaucer is called the father of English poetry. It is he who founded English language and poetry alike. He is always remembered for his humor, for his realism, characterization, humanism, and narrative art. And I will discuss all these aspects of his personality in detail. His realism, his characterization, his humanism, and his narrative art. So don't bother about that. I'm simply giving an introduction, short introduction to Chaucer. Chaucer is the father of English humor also, as a humorist. He made it the life and soul of his writings. His humor is allied to his humanism. It is healthy humor. It is a healthy device to penetrate into human heart. It is not sarcastic. His humor is not bitter. His humor is not pungent, but it is marked by tolerance. His humor is marked by charity. His humor is marked by forgiveness and sympathy. So these qualities make his humor genial. With the help of his humor, the poet laughs at the frailties and foibles of mankind, of his time. As the first great realist, Chaucer presents the true picture of the 14th century England. He plays the role of a true social chronicler, like as if he is writing the history of mankind, history of his contemporary society. By choosing a pilgrimage framework, he has given a realistic touch to the settings of the Canterbury Tales. He sees things and paints them as he sees them. He doesn't try to improve the society. He doesn't try to change the people. He doesn't try to change the outlook of the people according to his own outlook. He portrays men and women truthfully. He gives us minute details of the behavior of the people, the personality and dresses also of those people. Thus, Chaucer is a realist in true sense of the term. It was in fact Chaucer who was the real founder of English poetry. And he is rightly called the father of English poetry. Unlike the poetry of his own predecessors and contemporaries, which is read by few except professed scholars, I mean, we don't read Govt very much. Very few people read Langland, etc. But so many people read Chaucer. So what makes him popular? Chaucer's poetry has been read and enjoyed continuously from his own day to this day, to the present day. And the greatest of his successors, from Spenser to Milton to Tennyson to Morris, have joined in praising it. All the great writers of the successive ages have praised Chaucer for his humor, for his realism, for his beautiful language, for his narrative art. Chaucer represents as no other writer does in the Middle Ages. He represents the Middle Ages, the ages when during he lived. He stands in much of the same relation to life or his time as Alexander Pope does to the earlier phases of the 18th century, and Tennyson does to the Victorian era. Chaucer, in fact, made a fresh beginning in English literature. He disregarded altogether the Old English tradition. His education as a poet was twofolded. Part of it came from French and Italian literature, but part of it came from life itself. He was not a mere bookworm. He was not a mere bookman, nor was he in the least a visionary. He was not a visionary. He did not want to change the society, the people of his age. Like Shakespeare and Milton, he was, on the contrary, a man of the world. He was a man of the affairs of the real world. He represented what he saw, what he experienced. He did not try to preach the people of his age. So I hope you liked this lecture also, and I would suggest you that whenever you watch my video, try to read something also from other sources, like from different reference books,